always call you ugly. I don't know what. But anyway, yesterday it was so dumb. It's more dumb than me going to, I was working at a movie theater and doing this to say hi to my friends that I think are my friends slash co-workers. You know, you get a friend slash co-worker, you're not really sure if they end up being your friend or not because they rather deal with the work. But also, you rather deal with the work because you're there to work, but you realize you're all there to work. And maybe being kind of socially stunted doesn't help in any way. Pretty bad. Or, I don't know, maybe it's funny. One of my best friends got me like this zipper dress, and it zips all the way up, not here, but right here, where this would be, and I was wearing that to the professional. Also, I don't have all my clothes right now. Long, drawn out story. And I kind of just was wearing it also to look nice. Try to look my best. I didn't end up having an interview because something. My mom, she didn't want to talk about her hours, and it's just, yeah, I don't know about that, but that's okay. And then I was wearing it. I walked all the way to the other side of the mall because I'd been to that store, but I didn't know there were two of the same stores that are not identical, which is fun, I guess, if you like that sort of thing. And I was just kind of walking around, and I had to walk all the way back because a family member was picking me up and his car is kind of busted, and I didn't want to waste his time. And I was sweating, so I unzipped the thing. I unzipped this thing, and then I didn't realize there were security guards there. Naturally, I get along with those people, and they're just staring at me and they're trying to chase me. Then they stop and they realize, oh, there's just another set of clothes underneath, which, I don't know, there's something else right now. And hey, a woman, or they, them. My art is not made on schizophrenic, by the way. It just means that, well, the way I like to describe it now is this is a metaphor. I'm throwing up onto a page some of my emotions, not all of them, if that matters. I don't know if it does. But anyway, today was just a rough day, and I hate to sound really petty, but to hear my friend be like, I'm glad. Dude. What are you talking about? I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying it's tough out. out there, and even they were complaining to me, and she was complaining to me. I don't want to be rude or something. Yeah. But I just feel like even if you make the right decision, you should always watch your back and think about other people's feelings, not just what they tell you, because sometimes what they tell you is not correct. I just thought that would be funny because it's hard to see. But anyway, I have a story. Okay? I used to work at a theater. And it's not too long ago, but it was kind of long ago. And I see a bunch of people wearing certain shirts. Certain shirts with something on it. And I was like, hey, I like that too. But the thing was, every time I go up to them and say, hey, I like that too, they look at me kind of like this pot. If you can picture that. It's just like, I don't know what I did to them, but when your mother don't raise you right, I guess it just kind of rubs off on everyone to be the same. And I look past that now, but I'm just like, okay, when is it gonna stop? Because some of my family members are like, hey, I like that too, but hey, I'm not gonna help you out with that. And anyway, it's just really annoying. I wish I would not cause a disturbance everywhere I go to. I'm not trying to. This thing where we are right now, my mother and me, we look similar, but you can tell the difference between our heights and our eyes, the way we talk, and our mannerisms are just different. So anyway, I've also been feeling pretty guilty all day long because she put out a pair of pants out there last night, and this is just the second floor, but that means you get like a rail so you don't fall off the second floor. I don't know if it's different in other countries, because some things have integrated here, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything, it's just, I think Americans, even non-Americans, or citizens deserve privacy when they're going to visit their doctor for something. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Right, so okay, I don't know how, but guess I was confused with her because I went to go hang out her towel here, and this was in the morning. Not in the morning, like in the afternoon, midday, and me and my baby, we go out for a walk here, like every day. And the manager lady was just like storming me down and yelled at me like, "Hey, you can't hang up stuff here." And I was just frozen, and of course I didn't say anything. I really wanted to, but I understand it's gotta look professional. There's office buildings around here, and it looks a little funny. It's kind of like if you ever had frozen rice, and it's just the rice, it still looks good and you want to eat it, but you don't because you know it's not good for you, but you warm it up anyway because you're hungry. Kind of like that. That's my way of explaining how the buildings, the office buildings look amongst the hotels in this area, and then there's just this big giant highway, and this highway is even bigger. And why it's there? I get that we need transportation, but not everyone can afford a car nowadays, and it's a little, you know what I mean? I don't get it. So it's funny to me, but I like the architecture, I'm not gonna lie, from the doors. It was pretty sick, but I've only seen the other motel up close that's right across from this one. Because that intersection is, don't want to go there. I've seen too many people run red lights. It's like a free-for-all. I would love to hear my friend's boyfriend to make fun of my music or anything or do in my ear right now. That would make me feel better, ironically, just thinking about it. On that note, I've also developed a fear of cars, even though I like really old looking cars and always have, and I never figured out why. And blah blah. So, anyway, I want to learn how to drive. Learn how to drive, just can't get around to it with other people's mess. But I've also developed a fear of cars. I'm seriously not joking about that, because I got hit by a car on my way to work. I used to work at El Phoenix, the one in downtown here in Dallas. And it was fun. It was also very strange and offensive to me, but fun overall. Fun. I like seeing all the different groups of people that would walk in and I'd serve them and stuff. Whether or not they choose to be mean to me or not, I'd still be like, I love you. I love you guys. You're cool. Nothing. I was going to work. I lived with my mom's friend, boyfriend, I don't know what you want to call him, zip delivery driver guy. He still does, I think, blast music all night and take some Corona lights. Right? See where I'm going with this? And all I had for a bed after getting back from Arlington was a raggedy, used up couch that he found that he barely washed. So I tried to keep my clothes clean and stuff. I barely got any sleep there. Alright. I was out getting groceries and I met that guy, and the last thing I remember is texting my best friend, actually the one I talk about a lot here. Whatever this is, that I want to off myself. I give up. I can't sleep. He's not letting me start my life. This guy that's supposed to be like a family friend is taking my money, and I don't know what he's doing with it, but he says he needs it for rent, and he's not barely paying the rent, and my mom's complaining. And then I don't remember putting on my uniform and going to the other side where the train was, but apparently I did. I did that, and I had this concert bag that my mom gave me. She got from the concert. That was it. I don't remember that though. I just remember being half awake and going to the store and texting my friend, hey, I'm not feeling particularly good today. And then when I woke up, I thought it was the same day, so it ended up being a whole nother month or something, which was crazy, if you can believe that. Don't be dumb and get some sleep before you go to work. We all do dumb things, but it's okay. I feel like it's not exactly like avoiding those feelings, just more along the lines of I'm bottling it up, which I'm told is not good. Not good at all. I mean, a long time ago, but it also seems like sometimes that's the only thing you can do for the sake of another person's well-being. And that might be kind of wrong at the time, but if they're going through a lot more than you, just in the other way, that's kind of how I feel. But today is like, today I kind of have a new perspective on things. This guy, my mom's friend, he just doesn't care about anyone but himself, and he's not afraid to say it. And sometimes, I'm not saying that's completely wrong, because there's some good people like that. I have friends like that, but sometimes it is kind of like a bad thing, to only care about yourself.
Especially when you put people's lives at danger for your job, and then you just don't think about what will happen. And you give those people no other option because they're stuck relying on you. It's just a lot of baloney. I'm learning and sensing myself. I've also learned that it's kind of normal not to want to pick up the phone or answer anyone's phone calls, to be afraid of this. A lot more people go through it than you might think. There's some things going on here. I wish I could just build. In the words of a man who talks about, has he ever seen melons before while he's drunk, like actual watermelons, because he travels out and then he wrecks his car and he doesn't buy a new car. He has 2 of the same models in the car, but anyway, and his words, you know, I would just like to see something nice going on, or a friend that's there. You can only do so much. And that guy, he's got like cameras in his house. I lived with him for a little bit. We lived with him, and it's like, you gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. I was gonna take out the trash, but then that became a problem for that guy's friend. Actually, it's my mom's friend, and he decides that, oh, the only way you're gonna get something done is if you go on a really long trip with me. I mean, so how do you, I'm learning also what I don't want in a relationship. I guess I don't want to completely rely on someone. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Oh, this is awkward. Hey. You could call me Scotty, or the girl you laugh at when you're high and drunk, and I'll stop by you and tell you thank you or cheers, or whatever you want to. Right now I'm kind of just washing dishes. I'm extremely grateful for that. There was no running water for a long time. It's not anyone's fault, is the way I see it. I think it's just the building's fault, if that makes any sense. I also find I don't mind getting judged or like really by anyone. I just kind of getting used to it. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing right now, but it's pretty rough. Here, I'm still looking for a job. I don't know. I need to stop saying definitely. Everyone there rocks sometimes when things happen.
called me a bad actor for having emotional distress moment because I was stressed out and I just didn't know what to do. So I just bottle up sometimes and it looks really dumb that I look calm, but I'm not calm on the inside. Anyway, sometimes I wish I was a bad actor, but I'm also very grateful for not being a bad actor. Just I am 21 years old, okay? I don't want to sit at the bar and drink just because I've seen extremely bad alcoholism, and I don't want to do drugs with you because I've seen extremely bad drug abuse, so it does not sound fun or look fun to me at all. I just think of it as something that kind of ruins people's lives and crashes into, you never see it coming. It's just everywhere. Also, my parents never taught me how to swim or ride a bike. I was like, I'm gonna say 16, maybe 18, 16, definitely. I was not in Arlington for a very long time, just long enough to kind of realize I don't know what I was doing there. And I think my then older brother was trying to teach me how to ride a bike, and it was so frustrating because I was scared of basically giving myself more movement, and it just never happened. We got halfway down. I don't know if it was too heavy or what, but also the same thing with driving. Looking for El Phoenix, I met this guy. I'm not gonna get way too into it, but basically, my coworker, my other coworker, it's also a girl, she's like, my boyfriend, he's always on my phone, you know, calling me, checking me, and it's just like, oh, hey, that's sweet. And she said, oh, you know, you gotta make it look like I'm not cheating on him. I don't know why, because the coworker is a guy, he would drop me off at where I was staying at the time, and I was kind of like, okay, so what do we do? And she said, well, you should drive. And I was trying to tell her nervously and frozen like an idiot, I don't know how to drive. I don't. And I almost crashed this guy's poor Honda, which now I don't feel bad for it. I hate saying that, but now I don't feel bad for it. Because basically, I was sitting there thinking, what is this? Why do I have so much control? That's the only way I know how to describe instances like that, is I just don't know how to never taught me a lot of things, so I really don't know how to function with some things. Not everything, but some things like that. I just get scared. Maybe I'm thinking, oh, this is something new. I'm not used to it. It's funny because I'm not transit trained, okay? I just happen to be in poor positions most of the time, and it sucks, and I hope it stops. It's just, just is what it is. But I'm used to change actually and adapting to, someone having rules at their home. It's not my home, it's like a relative's or something. You gotta follow the rules. I just, be how, not completely how they want you to be, but just be at least somewhat how they want you to be. And that's my thoughts right now. So this thing is so tiny. So tiny. I barely got anything done here.